What is a compliance module? The compliance module within RMS is designed to help vehicle recovery operators manage, track and maintain all the compliance requirements in one place, whilst also making oversight easier for work providers. Let me bring this up within RMS. So here we go. So from your main recovery screen, you want to hit the side menu and go to compliance. Now to create a new compliance, you just want to hit new compliance down here in the bottom right, and it will bring this screen up. Now I'll open up the one that we've already created. Now with the compliance, you only need one per company. So for the majority of our RMS customers, you'll only need the one. Some people have multiple companies on their one RMS system though, so you would want one for each company that you have on there. So I'm going to go through each box and show you what it is. So in the first bit, we have your company details. Here you have all your different trading names, as well as the addresses, your VAT registration number and your company registration number, stuff like that. This section here, you have all your contact details for all your salient email addresses, your phone numbers, also has your web address and your Apex RMS number, or ANS number, should I say. The next section, you have your compliance certificates. So here you can add your new certificates, including all your different stuff like your past 43s and your different ISOs. You can add the certificate number as well as the awarding body, a little description, and a good bit here is the expiry date. So if you put the expiry date in, it will notify you using a traffic light system, green, yellow, and red, and it also gives you email notifications, which we will cover shortly. You can also add the documentation, which will attach to it. So you don't need to constantly be having to funnel through all your paperwork trying to find it. It will all be attached with an RMS. Next, we have the insurance policies. So here you can have all your insurance information, like road risks, goods in transit, public liability premises, to name a few. Again, same system. You can add your provider, expiry date, add any documentation onto it as well. Underneath, you have your policies and memberships. Here you have a few your own section, but which you can give evidence policies in place at your company. Industry memberships have their own space here too, which is just underneath. And I have a few examples that I've already made. So like I said before, attaching documentation, it will have a little magnifying glass next to it. You just click on that and it will bring it all up for you. Moving on to the operational section. Here you can add all your operator license details along with the certification and licenses for ADR and ADR awareness. Again, you just want to add your documentation in here. Training section, this one's quite important as well. So here it gives you the facility to log all your staff training along with the training body that provided it. Please note that it is encouraged to add all your in-house training as well, because far too often in-house training is never logged, but here it gives you a good place to keep it all and keep up to date. This next section, we have our capabilities of the company. So you just want to go through and tick all these different boxes to show what your company is capable of. You have your ADR hazmat vehicles and the hazmat staff with ADR licenses. So the vehicles can give evidence that your trucks that attend an incident with a vehicle carrying ADR materials or load are fit for purpose. And the same with the staff, it can be added along with their qualifications, tanks, packages, nuclear, etc. Again, showing the traffic light system here on the side. You also have a section for your staff with ADR awareness as well. As you can see, this one here, this one's on amber, so it's not quite, you're still compliant, but you're coming to the end of it. Once it goes red, you're no longer compliant. Here you have any of your additional information. So this is the way you can add in like first aid trained, anything like that, and keep it all logged. Vetting checks. So it'll give you a section to add here for your staff that it's valid for. You can add the date of the vetting, DBS check, along with all the certification again. And finally, we have the declaration section. So in this section, the person who completes the declaration will be responsible for the information submitted, its accuracy and the relevance. And it's also important to in charge of the upkeep and the system housekeeping. While there is no physical signature, the person completing this section will have electronic signature by the way of their own unique login and password. Just like most things in RMS, it's all audited as well, so you can keep track and see exactly what changes have been made, and it's time-stamped and dated. So, because compliance is a relatively new part of the RMS system, some of you of our older customers may not actually have the compliance on the admin. So if that's the case, just contact support and we can add it for you. But for those who do and they want to give it to other members who need access to compliance, you can manage it here in the compliance section of your RMS system. It's just this bottom one here. You can set the permissions. So compliance users by default can create new compliances, but only the manager can delete them and edit them as well. Just like your other roles, you can add those onto specific users within the user roles under the user settings. In order to get the notifications on the compliance screen, you'll see auto email at the top. You can add different users, but only ones that have the permissions for compliance can be added here. And you just tick the tick boxes of what information you want emailed to you when they're due. So for example, if you want certificates that are due to expire to be notified, you just tick the boxes, so on and so forth. So insurance documents due, just anything that's due to expire. And finally, we have the reporting here. So here you can create an Excel spreadsheet that will just give you basically a big rundown of all your different compliances that are due to expire. Let me just bring this up for you. So here we go. So it just gives a nice, easy way of seeing which ones are in date, which ones are due to expire, and it also has your expiry dates there. So in conclusion, we've covered how you create compliance, we've shown you how you allow access, and we've also shown you the different notifications and the reports for it. Let's move on to any questions that we've had throughout. We've got any questions?
Hi Jamie, thanks for that. We've had a few questions come through, so I will go through these as we go through them. It's all right, I've just had another one pop up there, and I will go over that. First question is, why do we need this? Well, at Apex, we're always pushing to make the industry better and support it wherever we can. I've had an ask about costs on this. There's no cost, it's all on your system, it's already there. Fire it up and use it. The reason that it's greyed out for some of you is really because we didn't want to put it out access all areas. Because there is so much information on there that is, personal information about training, information about insurance policies and things like that not everybody needs to see. It's much easier to give the accountable person in each company the key access to it, and then everybody else can have responsibility access, whichever the accountable person needs to do that. We ask that only the people that really need to see it can have access to it, because you could end up with all sorts of problems with sort of people accessing data that really don't need to. There are two levels on there. You have a user and a manager. Your manager level should really be down to one person, and the person that is ultimately accountable for your company. So anyone that you put in as a user level, they can use their access to add documentation, edit documents, remove documents, so that it's all not down to the accountable person. But the one accountable person really needs to be the one signing off on this. how many of you, I know there's a lot of you recovery operators in there, in the meeting today. How many of you have had, oh my God, I've got a work provider coming to do an audit, and I didn't realise this had run out. I didn't realise that had run out. These things pass us by in a business because we are very busy people. And the people who are usually accountable are more busy than anybody because they're usually trying to do their day job along with several other things at once. This helps ease the flow of that information. It ensures that you keep up to date with the auto emails and things like that, so that it warns you when something's going to expire, when something needs replacing, needs renewing, anything like that. Yeah. So I've just had a message come up. This is going to make my life so much easier. Well, if we've got off to that start, then we've done everything that we intended to do with it. Right, on with the questions. We've gone over the grayed out one. Somebody flagged up about in-house training. Now, this is a bit of a passion of mine, and it's about recognizing what our staff do and the training that they do. And like everything nowadays, if it's not got a piece of paper to show that you've done it, as far as the powers that be, you haven't done it. So create your own in-house certificates. It makes the day go better for the person that's learned, and it feels that you're actually buying into your staff, which is always a good thing. So for any in-house training, build up your own little bit of certification to say, we've done this. Someone's been out with a time served, experienced driver, operator, whatever it is, controller, even call handler. They all need to have the bit of a boost that in-house training gives them. Document it. It always goes down well. If ever you get audited for anything else, that you've made the effort and you've made best endeavour with your training. I had a quick question. Who can actually sign this off? The person that signs it off just needs to be the accountable person. We can delegate responsibility. We cannot delegate accountability. So it really needs to be the accountable person that signs it off. Traffic lights. What do the traffic lights mean on there? Green status is everything in the garden is rosy and you're compliant with anything that has a green status with it. Amber status just gives us a heads up. This needs some attention. It might need renewing, it might need replacing, and it's far easier to do it in the month's notice that it gives you to do it than it is last minute, or even to do it retrospectively. Red means you are no longer compliant with that particular part. This also will need a lot of buy-in from the recovery operators with the RMS system. You will need to do a good degree of housework with it. We tend to, when someone leaves, we forget about updating their information on the system. The system will, when it's out there fully functional, start to pull your training documentation from your HR system or on your RMS system. So it will start to pull that through. So what you need to do is, if you've got a member of staff who's left, just deactivate their account and the system will automatically pull their training records off of there so that they're no longer showing. Who can see this? Well, the idea is so that you don't have work provider network managers descending on you for a day, sitting there going through all the box files and everything. They will still have to come down. They will have to still audit your business. They have to make sure that the trucks are visibly good and they all have their kit in and things like that. And they'll also come down and make sure that your premises are good. So if you have everything in here, then that's constantly what they can see. only the work providers that you select will be able to see your compliance. So when you go to your sales account for that work provider, there will be a box, it's not on there yet, there will be a box on there, share compliance information. It's a bit like the auto update on there now. So that will show you whenever a work provider has updated your information from a system that they have, which is called Data Portal. So they go onto their Data Portal and it constantly reviews and updates all of the settings that they would expect you to have. If that auto update box is ticked, then as that comes up, they will see compliance, but it's only who you let see. If you don't want them to see it, don't tick the box. That's the conversation that you will need to have with them. So there you go. ADR, they will be able to see that you've got ADR compliant vehicles and ADR licensed staff. And also if you have anyone who is ADR aware in your control room. This is a question that came up a while back. With the structure and the tier levels that are within, as we are with industry, anyone that is on the scene of a breakdown or an incident, if it needs ADR assistance, your person on the ground there is your bronze command. Your silver command is the person in the control room, and although they would never be expected to go out and recover a petrol tank or anything like that, they should really be at least ADR aware so that they understand the terminology, the signs that are on the vehicles, and the mix and match of hazardous materials that may cause a problem. So ADR aware is your silver command in your control room, and your gold command is the accountable person that owns the company. They have overall yay or nay on any decision making that needs to be escalated up to them. I've had somebody ask about, does this duplicate, or are we just duplicating training records and things like that? You're not duplicating anything really. It's being put in an area that work providers can see. And we work in an industry where, although the regulations are there, they can be loosely applied sometimes. And having the compliance module indicates to your work providers, yes, we are compliant. We have PAS 43, we have ISO. This is the training that our staff's undergone, and these are our capabilities here that our business can carry out for you. So constantly updating your capabilities list is always good, because you might have a work provider who says, well, they've only ever done lights for us. We've got this 12-ton horse box that's broken down. Maybe we need to look at somebody else. Well, they can actually look at you when it's in your patch and say, actually, looking at this, they can do heavy recovery as well. It's not something we'd passed to them before, but one of our clients, an insurance company, has asked us to go and get this 12-ton horse box. So that's what we now need to do. So it gives an up-to-date spectrum of work that you can carry out to the work providers. It keeps them up to date, and it's a constant reminder to you, this will expire, this will need to be replaced. And you can delegate the responsibility for making sure that's updated to any of your more capable and chosen staff, but the accountability will always rest with, as it does already, will always rest with the owner of the company. So, well, I've gone over all of my questions that I had so far with this. Apex is constantly developing new products as we go. There are a lot of things that will be coming out soon, and the compliance will be an integral part of that. Just had another quick question come up there. Didn't quite see who from. It flashed up quite quickly and then disappeared again. Can first aiders and ADR people be listed on here? Yes, they will, because that's part of your company's capabilities and along with part of the training that you've supplied for your companies. So yes, they will be able to see that. You just need to make sure that their training certificates are in there. It will pull them all across from the HR module, but you need to use more of your system and get them on there if they're not already on there. There are several sections within the HR module which cover off training and training packs, which you can build and construct as fits your business. And there's also a part on there for equipment lists. So yeah, can it generate a listing report for them for the training? It can, but you can also do a report on your HR system over training packs. And that's probably going to give you a far better idea of your staff's training. And that also has a reminder function on it too. So, right, I'll wrap that up now. I'll hand back over to Jamie to wind down the webinar. But from me, thank you all for attending today, and very good to virtually see you all.
Thank you for that, Mark. We'd love to hear your feedback. So if you wouldn't mind leaving us a review on Google, or if you have any requests for what our future webinars would be, just email into support and let us know. I'm happy to cover anything you guys want to see. Some upcoming training days. So we have an upcoming training day on the 12th of May in Ockenden in Essex. They're completely free of charge. There's free lunch provided. Mark will be hosting them, who's just spoken there, and he'll cover anything you want to do. And it's also just a great way to meet other people in the industry in your local area. So if you're interested in that, just email into support and we can get you signed up for any of those dates there. And for our next webinar, it will be on form templates. So we don't have a date for it yet, but just keep an eye out and we'll keep you posted of when that's going to be coming out soon. So, and that's it. Thank you everyone for attending. Hope you all have a good day. See you all in the next one.